Hello, boys and girls, moms and dads. Oh, let me take off my mask so you can hear me because I'm far away, even from Miss Shannon. And today we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Okay, there is the first book I'm going to read about the Sneaky Leprechaun. But first, let's get Panda out. Come on, Panda. Don't growl at me. All right, come on. Nobody wants to get out of bed when it's winter and cold. Oh, Panda. Panda wanted to surprise you and wear his green sweatshirt for St. Patrick's Day. What? He wants me to put his hat on because that has green in it also. All right, Panda. Okay, are you all set now? Well, I know the hat falls over your eyes. Okay, there. All right. Ready? Okay. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. First we'll clap our hands just so. Then we'll stretch and touch our toes. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Now you're here, we'll have some fun. Oh, can we take your hat off, Panda, because it's kind of falling off. Okay, all right. And you know what Panda's looking for. Of course you do, because he's always looking for his binoculars. You know, I tell him, boys and girls, he's not going to be able to see you for a while, but he keeps looking. Oh, he said he just wants to keep in the habit for when you can come back. I'll be together for story time. Okay, Panda. All right. We're going to sing our beginning song. Where is Thumbkin? Where is Thumbkin? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, Thumbkin? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, Pointer? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Middle Finger? Where is Middle Finger? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, Middle Finger? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Ring Finger? Where is Ring Finger? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, Ring Finger? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am, here I am. How are you today, Pinky? Very well, I thank you. Run away, run away. Yay! Now, where are the girls? Where are the girls? Stand up, girls! Stand up, girls! How are you today, girls? Ah, wonderful! Where are the boys? Where are the boys? Stand up, boys! Stand up, boys! How are you today, boys? Ah, full of mischief! You're just like the leprechauns. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Okay. Now, first thing, I'm just going to show you these pictures because St. Patrick's Day, I get a little homesick because I'm from Chicago. And in Chicago, the St. Patrick's Day tradition is to dye the river green. And people line up all along here. You can see them on that bridge to see the green Chicago River. Now, the way it happens is there's a special group that every year they're from the Plumbers Union. They have a special secret dye that they dump off the back of their boat, and pretty soon the river is green. Okay. And I miss that, but I don't think we can do that to the Mississippi River. Plus, it's a special, special dye that's a secret that makes that river green. But today, I am going to read you some stories, some about the leprechauns. Now, according to Irish legends, leprechauns are small mythical fairies, often depicted like this as a little bearded man. They wear green, and they're known to be magical tricksters. They guard their pots of gold by hiding them at the end of a rainbow. And if captured by a human, they are said to grant a wish in return for their freedom. So the first book that I am going to read today is The Gingerbread Man and the Leprechaun Loose at School. Oh my goodness. You okay there, Panda? All right. And this story is by Laura Murray. Can you imagine a gingerbread man and a leprechaun at school? Well, one day in March, the mischief began with a hee 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 from a wee little man. Oh, gingerbread man doesn't know. Oh, we heard the sly laugh as he raced down the hall. Then he paused by our door with a wink and a call. Fo fiddly fee, you can't catch me, for I'm on a leprechaun mess-making spree. I'm crafty and keen. I'm nimble and quick. I love to make mischief or play a good trick. We rushed to the hall. He was nowhere in sight, but some tiny green shamrocks, whoa, like these, trailed off to the right. It seems, said the teacher, that our school has an unwanted guest, a magical, mischievous leprechaun pest. We quietly tiptoed our way down the hall, then spied a small message taped up on the wall. The woodwinds, the strings, percussion and brass are turned topsy-turvy, awaiting your class. Oops, that's okay, I'll get those. Music, I whispered. The band room's this way. But when we arrived, we all stared in dismay. The music sheets were scattered, the tubas were tipped, the trumpets, violas, and flutes were all flipped. And there on the board, was another green note. I grabbed it and read out his rascally quote. Fo fiddly fee, you can't catch me, for I'm as clever can be. This musical mess is just the first one. It's rollicking, frolicking, leprechaun fun. So the teacher says, let's tidy this room and then plan what to do before he comes back and makes mess number 2. Well, after our lunchtime, we'll work on a trap. Someone must capture that small cheeky chap. I slipped down the lunch line, there's the gingerbread man, and went for a stroll. to prowl all the hallways on prankster patrol. I'll search through the school as fast as I can. I can catch him. I'm the Gingerbread Man. I spotted more shamrocks, then heard a new noise. I pushed on a door with a sign that said, Boys. Well, you know what room that is. The place was a mess. Then I yelled with a blush, Where are your manners? Remember to flush. I glanced in the mirror, then spied his green note. I quickly retrieved it and read what he wrote. Faux fiddly fee, you can't catch me, for I'm as sneaky can be. I placed all the books in my favorite shape and planned a few hijinks before my escape. He's loose in the library. This is not good. He won't treat the books in the way that he should. I'm on the case, I said as I ran. I'll catch him because I'm the, say it with me, boys and girls, I'm the Gingerbread Man. The books were all stacked in a rainbow display. They teetered and tottered and started to sway. Down they all came in an avalanche slide. They toppled so fast I had no time to hide. Then under the pile, I was startled to find something important that he'd left behind. I'm betting he might be looking for that hat. I sprang from the books and I grabbed his hat too. And then I opened the message to read his next clue. You know what it says every time. Say it with me. Faux fiddly fee, you can't catch me. I'm as tricky can be. The lunchroom, the classroom, which place should I go? Or how about a house made from gingerbread dough? My classroom, my house. I must get there first. I sped down the hall in a super fast burst. I'm on a mission. I've got a good plan. I can catch him because I'm the Gingerbread Man. I reached our door quickly. No sign of the elf. So I gathered supplies from a low closet shelf. I grabbed all the pencils, a ruler and glue, then found toilet tissue and pulled it down too. I set up my trap. Then I heard a small giggle. I peered at our door and I saw the knob jiggle. Faux fiddly fee, ha ha, hee hee. Is that my magical hat that I see? With a glint in his eye, he skipped through the door, and not noticing glue that was spread on the floor, slipping and sliding, his arms whirled around as he log rolled on pencils laid out on the ground. He landed on top of the measuring stick. The ruler popped up and gave him a flip. He slid down a mountain on soft tissue rolls, but his shoes were so sticky it stuck to his soles. Flipping and flopping, he spun round and round, then wrapped like a mummy, he rolled to the ground. Ha! The trap did the trick. I pulled off my plan. Hello, Leprechaun. I'm the Gingerbread Man. Faux fiddly fee, oh my, oh me. This is a bind I didn't foresee. The Gingerbread Man said, Well, I'm happy to help you. But first, you must say you'll fix up the messes that you've left here today. Okay, little cookie, so crafty and keen, just hand me my hat and I promise to clean. Ha! That's a good trick, but I'm smarter than that. You must do it first. Then I'll give you your hat. You're pretty clever. As clever as me. He winked and then said, may your school be mess-free. With a pop and a crackle of shimmering green, the mess disappeared and the classroom was clean. So I pulled on the tissue and spun him around. Then he sprang to his hat with a leap and a bound, and he sang out, "I'm free," as my classmates came in. Then he did a quick jig with a wave and a grin. "It's time to be gone. My mischief is done. But I'll visit next March with more leprechaun fun." I'm up for the challenge. We'll have a new plan. Bring it on, Leprechaun, because I'm the, say it with me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. Okay, well, the Gingerbread Man had fun with the leprechaun. And now let's see what the Berenstain Bears do on St. Patrick's Day. The Berenstain Bears' St. Patrick's Day by Mike Berenstain. "'Tis the luck o' the bearish, or so we are told, that leads us on to a pot of gold." It was in between time in Bear Country, the time between the end of winter and the beginning of spring. We're kind of having the same problem. The weather couldn't decide whether to be cold and snowy or warm and sunny. Sometimes it was both warm and snowy, with spring flowers poking through patches of snow. Well, the holidays were in between as well. Valentine's Day was gone, and Easter had yet to arrive, but about this time, March 17th to be exact, Grizzly Gramps and Gran came by the Bear family's treehouse. "Happy St. Patrick's Day," called Gramps. Well, Brother, Sister, and Honey were surprised to see Gramps and Gran all in green with bright green top hats. "Why are you dressed like that?" asked Sister. "For St. Patrick's Day, of course," said Gran. "Well, what's St. Patrick's Day?" asked Brother. Oh, Gramps was shocked. "Don't you cubs know you're part bearish?" Get it, they're saying bearish instead of Irish. "Well, we know we're bears," said Sister. "That's not what I mean," left Gramps, and he explained. To be bearish means that some of our ancestors came from the island of Bearland across the sea. Bearland is a fair country called the Emerald Isle. We call it Ireland. That's why we wear green on St. Patrick's Day. Well, who's St. Patrick? St. Patrick was important in bearish history. He brought goodness and faith to Bearland, and there's a story that he drove all the snakes from the country, and there are no snakes left there to this day. "Oh," said Sister, disappointed because she liked snakes. "Come along now," said Gran. "We're going to the St. Patrick's Day parade. Everyone in Bear Country who feels a little bearish will be there. We brought along green outfits for everyone." And soon, Panda wants you to notice, he has on his green because he must have ancestors from Bearland too. "What are these?" asked Graham. "Shamrocks. They're a symbol of Bearland, and they are said to bring good luck." "Nice," said Brother. As they headed for the parade route, the cubs wondered about St. Patrick's Day. "Gramps," said Brother, "can you tell us some more about Bearland?" "Of course, we'll start with the legend of the leprechaun." "Lepra who?" asked Sister. "Leprechaun. What's that?" asked Brother. "It sounds weird." And so it is. Leprechauns are magical beings like elves or fairies who live in the woods and vales of Bearland. They are short of stature and given to mischief. They devote themselves to making shoes. "Why do they do that?" asked Sister. "To pass the time," said Gramps, and went on. They used their magic to find buried gold and hide it in iron pots. It's said there's a leprechaun's pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, if you can find it. Wow, said the cubs. Well, the family reached the parade route, and Papa set up folding chairs, and they settled down to wait for the parade to start. It was one of those warm and sunny in-between days. Oh, the cubs relaxed in their chairs thinking about leprechauns. And they began to doze off and then dozed to dream. And they opened their eyes. Oh, they were in. But remember, they're dreaming. Excuse me. In a green and pleasant land. Oh, it was peaceful and serene, and a beautiful rainbow appeared. It shimmered down to the hills and beyond, and the cubs followed the rainbow. Soon they heard a sound, like a little hammer busily at work. Well, they followed it to where the rainbow ended in a ring of boulders, and there, a little figure dressed in green tapping at a shoe. He turned and saw them. "Bagara," he said, "welcome, young'uns, and who might you be?" "We're sister, brother, and honey, and we're bears." "Are you now?" he laughed. "Tell us, sir, are you a real leprechaun?" "Well, now," he said with a wink, "what do you think I am? And what brought you here, my darlings? Did you follow the rainbow?" "Yes, we did," admitted brother. "And I suppose you're expecting to find a pot of gold?" "Well, I guess so," said sister. "And sure, and you're right," said the leprechaun, stepping aside and reaching a pot of gold glistening in the rainbow. "Help yourself." Scarcely able to believe their luck, the cubs dug into the gold and filled their pockets. And then, was it a dream? "Wake up," someone was saying. "You're missing the parade." Well, the cubs sat up, rubbing their eyes. The pot of gold and the leprechaun and the Emerald Isle disappeared. They were sitting in their folding chairs on Main Street in Beartown. But somehow something seemed different. The St. Patrick's Day parade was indeed getting started. It was a sight to behold. There were marching bands and bearish dancers and pipers piping and harpers harping. The whole Beartown police and fire department came marching along, and the parade wound up with a troop of bears dressed as leprechauns, each carrying a pot of gold. Well, as the bear family packed up their things and started for home, the cubs brought back to their, well, they didn't bring back, they thought back to their vision of the Emerald Isle and the leprechaun's pot of gold. Had it really been just a dream? Honey thought she caught a glimpse of something. A little figure dressed in green hopping behind a boulder, and she thought she heard a soft chuckle. Could it be? Bagara, who can tell? Okay, boys and girls, I think we will go over and have a story at our storyboard over there. All right, so Panda wanted to help me do this little story about 5 leprechauns. So I need you to count with me. 1, 2, 3. Scoot down a little bit, leprechauns. 4. And 5. All right. Well, there we see 5 little leprechauns scurrying by my door. Ah, one jumped away. Then there were 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wee leprechauns. Well, they were climbing in my tree. 1 hid in the green leaves, and then there were 1, 2, 3. 3 wee leprechauns, just a busy few. 1 went for the pot of gold, and then there were 2. 1, 2. 2 wee leprechauns. They were having lots of fun, but 1 hopped over the rainbow, and then there was 1. 1 wee leprechaun, and all his work was done. So he slipped off for a nap, and then there were none. Let's count them one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they say to you, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, that's all we have time for today, boys and girls. And I had another book I was going to read. We ran out of time, but if you're able to come to the downtown library, I can read it to you. It's called Pete the Cat and the Great Leprechaun Chase. So, hope you see a leprechaun. Hope you have some shamrock fun. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye.